All right, welcome to another edition of the DMV Sports Show. I'm your host, Rasul McGee. As you guess it, as we always do, it's Saturday. It's right, it's Saturday to hear the sports that you want to hear on your weekend. I'm your host, Rasul McGee, the night show. The night show, Bravado, the Mamba Rider. All those names that you couldn't even think of. That's me. I'm joking. Anyway, we got a lineup that you wouldn't believe. We're going to talk about the Washington Commanders and their win against the Carolina Panthers, 40-7. Jane Daniels got hurt. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about Marcus Mariota, who caught fire in that game. We're going to talk about that too. And our next opponent, who are throwing up darts and making trash talk, and is actually building up the hype, the Chicago Bears. We're going to talk about them too. We're going to talk about the Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards lost a home opener to the NBA champions, the Boston Celtics, 122-102. And their next opponent, we're going to talk about that in a minute. And we're going to talk about the Washington Capitals catching fire, but they're going to go against their next opponent, which is the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going to get to that in a minute. We just got a lot of sports news that you got to stay tuned for. And we're going to have questions from the callers. We got the panel. So don't just sit there, listen to me. Ask questions. 512-543-4662. I'm going to say it again. 512-543-4662. State your name for the record and what team you represent so we can actually get some feedback that you would love to hear. We also want to talk about Maryland Terrapins. The Maryland Terrapins are now on fire. They're 4-3. They beat USC at home 29-28. We're also going to talk about the 100% Maryland Terrapins. Right now, they're losing to the Minnesota Gophers 41-10. We don't know. I mean, they're not really winning any type of Big Ten championship, but they're actually going to go to a bowl game. Right now, they're 2 wins away from a bowl game. Now, do I see Maryland in a championship setting? That will be determined right after I give you the panel to ask for the question of the night. Again, the calling number is 512-543-4662. Make sure you state your name for the record and who you represent. And also, we're going to talk about, Virginia Tech. We're going to talk about a lot of that. Don't go away because there's so much sports coming up. You don't want to miss it. We're also going to talk a little bit more about the hype between the Bears and Commanders, because right now, Commanders are leading in the series 27-25, but there's so much we got to get to. Let's go ahead and start the show. So the Commanders win, right? They win against the Carolina Panthers handily, 40-7. The team was running like fine machine. They had all day everything that was going. Everybody was clicking. The special teams, the defense, the offense, the running game, the passing game, the tight end game. Everything was clicking. And then Jane Daniels got hurt with the rib injury. I recently saw a video just now saying that the rib injury wasn't really that serious, but it got underneath the rib bone, as he described it, which means it's a bruise, which means it's going to heal over time. But the thing about it is he's questionable listed on the injury chart. And I was looking at the comparison of the Bears and Commanders, and it seems like we have the more of the injuries on our side. So we have on the injury report, the Bears have Travis Homer, the running back. He's questionable. Jacob Martin, DE, questionable, which means he's either going to go in the game or not. The Bears, Kyler Gordon, CB, is out. Jaquan Brister is out. And then Larry Baroom OT is on injured reserve, rookie. Now for us, this is a big blow for us on that left side. Brandon Coleman is out. Dorrance Armstrong, questionable, so he's going to be in the game. Jaden Daniels, we will say that he's questionable. He might come into the game. I don't know how they're going to use him. Javante Juan Batiste is on injured reserve, and Jonathan Allen is on injured reserve, 2 blow to the defense, which is, a big blow to the right side. But I don't see it as a big blow because we have to solidify both sides of the defense to combat the Bears. Now the Bears are favored in this game by, I say, about a touchdown. I think it changed from 1 point favorite to 7 points. We're leading the division, and they're fourth in the division. They're fourth in the division, 4-2. They are actually 52.6% favored, as the ESPN chart indicates here, which is crazy because we are 47% favored to win this game. So I have a question for the panel. Based on the statistics that I just laid out to you, we're 3-0 at home. And I think that the fans are more into it than they were a year ago. Is that the panel? So my question to the panel is, do you think the Bears are more equipped to hand us our first loss at home and them getting their first win on the road? I know Eric's just came in, so let's go with Eric and hit with Big Steve.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. What's good?
All right. Left hand up, everybody. Love the Commanders right now. They're doing good. DQ's got them moving and grooving. AP, man, that's something else with he's been able to bring. I didn't know he spent some time in New England playing with Belichick, like in the early 2000s, back when they were a real monster.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that graphic come across my feed. I don't know about the Bears, and that's literally I do not know. On paper, they look formidable. You can't take any team lightly, and I don't think you can take the Bears lightly either.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, but DQ has been up to the task so far this year. He's got the team ready to play every week, and there's leadership in the locker room. They're playing for themselves. I'm not overly worried per se that they'll lose. If they lose, it'll probably be like before, very competitive type situation. Okay, to the bear in the room. Daniels, of course, I want to see him play. Just out of pure, competition, 1 versus 2.
Mm-hmm.
How bad I want to see him play, I just don't know. I don't like the idea of being scared because of RG3, but I'd be even worse, if the brother really hurt himself. So, at this point in the season, we've over a quarter of the way through seeing AP, seeing DQ. I'm just going to try to, leave it in their hands, and for me emotionally as a fan, just trust them. Just trust them at this point.
Okay. All right. Good assessment right there. Coach?
Hey, how y'all doing?
I'm good, Coach. Welcome.
Doing great. Coach, what's up, man?
What's up?
Okay. All right. Coach into it
Hey,
today.
Coach. Hey, everybody. Well, I gotta say, Jaden Daniels for his own health. I do, like Eric, I do trust DQ and whoever makes that decision, whether he can play or not. He wants to play, but it's like you said, it's not his decision.
Yeah, so they just said right now that Jaden Daniels will be a game time decision for Week 8 matchup with the Bears.
Right.
That's not news. They would say that all week.
Well, I just got it.
Yeah.
Okay. My phone is late, folks. I apologize for the sports fans out there. My phone is late on the news. I apologize. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But as when Daniels got hurt, I mean, the team just continued. Mariota got out there, and yeah, he had to calm down. That made me want to calm down too. So I'm like, yeah, here we go. But we won, and that was awesome. It was like, hey, we got to continue. If we do this, it's going to be for him. It's going to be for all of them, and it's going to be for the fans and for themselves. I got to say that. So, yeah, that's going to be a close game, and it depends on. And I think that the coaches can pick whoever. Take the places of the ones who cannot play and get out there and do their job. And that's what they got to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with both y'all assessment. Big Steve, evening.
All right. Hey, family. What I'm going to say is our defense. We so much worry about Daniels in the offense. Our defense has been playing pretty good, real good. So, in order to beat somebody 40-7, you got to shut them out, which we did against Carolina. And we beat them how we supposed to beat them. They're supposed to know like 20-10 or 17-14. We beat them. We dominated. That means we were doing good. Our offensive line, like I said, fantastic. I give my offensive line an A+ because they had protected Daniels. Even though Daniels was running through sacks and stuff, he was running through sacks, but the offensive line played good. Especially I do center from the Cowboys. But our defense is gonna win because guess what? The same way this Will's got to work out for our defense. We can come with some safety blitzes and stuff, and we can. And since Jordan and Allen not there no more, we can. You see how we can rush the passer now. So, so I think we're gonna win by a touchdown.
Okay. Oh man, you went to the bold prediction already. Okay. I like that too. So let me give everybody a little rundown where we are stands defensively. Now, Big Steve just sat here and gave us the greatest beat for the defense, but the total number compared to the Fox Sports News ranking, they gave us 16. We're ranked 16 on defense, which is horrible in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. But the Bears are ranked 5. And now if the roles were reversed and we were ranked 5, we were ranked 5 and they were ranked 16, would it matter? In my opinion, it would, because then the Las Vegas odds would have been we winning the game. But I think the good thing that's for us is that Armstrong is coming back on that right side. So we do have Dante Fowler and Armstrong. So now we do have the pass rush that could be potentially a good pass rush. Now the problem is, could we break the contain of the pocket of the opponent? Because remember, Caleb likes to run to his and throw to his right, just like Jaden Daniels like to run to his right. But the difference is he likes to throw and run on his right side. So if we can break the contain and Dante can easily rush up the gap and get him and have him force a fumble, then we control the game for the first 3 quarters. Now this is a chess match we have to win. We have to win. It's now or never. We lost to the Ravens by touchdown. This means we have to recalibrate and beat the Bears at home to sustain a 4-0 record at home. I'd rather for us to have an undefeated record at home than to have a 2-2, 2-3, 3-4, and 4-3 record at home, because we are trying to establish a dominance at home. This is why we're 3-0. Now I get it. Look at the teams we've beaten at home. Well, we lost on the road to Tampa Bay. Then we come back and win the next 3 at home. Now, this is the deciding game. Deciding game at home. Now, on the road, I don't consider us to be a road dominance team, but we can be okay, right? So we can make up for, being those 2 losses at home. I mean, on the road to the Buccaneers and Ravens. But here, folks, here is where we need to establish dominance at home. We never had home field advantage. Never. All the years with Ron Rivera, we did a little bit have a home field dominance with, Jay Gruden. We had a little of a in the beginning of a dominance with Jim Zorn. We had a little bit of a home field advantage with North Turner, but it wasn't sufficient. This feels right. This feels like we are changing the narrative of what we knew this team could be and is being. We want it to continue, and how we do it, it starts with the defense. Now, let me go a little bit and then and we'll continue on the conversation as we always do. But if I'm looking at the stats here, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at that record and what we're doing, and right now we're leading. We're 2-0 at home. Well, 3-0. They haven't updated. We're 2-2 on the road, which we're 500, right? We're 2-1 in the conference, and we are non-conference. We're 2-1, right? So we're split, which is brilliant. I give my hats to Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn envisioned this, and now it's in provision. Now you're looking at Kingsbury, who upgraded his style of playing versus the years of Carolina, and now he's 1,000% ready for war. This is what we all been waiting for, folks. We've been waiting for this moment to materialize, and it's here. We don't want to give it up. And this is what I believe Jane Daniels and Taylor, I would say Taylor Heineke. Even Taylor Heineke's watching. Taylor Heineke is actually watching this game, and he was on Facebook Live along with Dan Quinn, getting everybody high fives, right? And this is what even he understands the importance of this game coming up against the Bears. This is it, folks. This is the Super Bowl, or this is the playoff game, right? It feels like a Super Bowl, but it's more like the NFC East Championship, right? Division game. This is where this is
Agreed.
it.
It's not Super Bowl,
agree.
but this is a very important game.
Yeah, and we got to win this game, and this is why the emphasis is either now or go home. Do you know the analysts on NFL Network, and I would say NFL Sunday on CBS and Fox Sports, all picking the Bears because of their defense, ranked number 5 on this defensive list, even though we're ranked number 16. Now, as they said on Fox 5, I believe, there was a little indication. I don't know if anybody got this, but this is very, very important. I didn't even know they were doing this, but until they broke it down. They said that their defensive head coach, Joe Witt, has gave the possession to the offense every single time they have 3 and outs. So the total amount of possession the offense have to increase their input to 40 points is because the defense keeps sacking and disrupting. So every position they have done has gave them 5 and 2. So every time they win is because the defense gave the offense extra possessions, which is magnificent. But the problem is not just that. It's that Frankie Louisville, has gave this defense a purpose. A purpose, folks. And so now we got to get the other players. I'm not just Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner, he knows what to do, right? Frankie Louisville, he knows what to do. It's the other components such as Darius Mathis, Johnny Newton, Deron Payne. I think those 3 are going to be fine in front. It's the edge rushers, Armstrong, Dante Fowler, the secondary, Jeremy Chin, Benjamin St. Jude. We got to get Benjamin St. Jude to play more of a 2-man under than a man-to-man, because he's not good in man-to-man, because you got to have somebody over the top to help him out. We need a strong safety. Now, Percy Butler is starting to literally be that person in the free safety position. But we got to get some sacks in when the defense, the front 4, is not getting any push up front. That's when I think that's when we have more of a generated sack. Well, we do have another caller. He is the co-host of the Louis Tenorsh Enhanced Sports Show, and that's Louis Tenorsh here. How you doing, Lou?
I was on next, and I mentioned you, of course, as well.
Of course, I appreciate that. But I'm gonna finish my thought, then I'm going directly into you because we have a little wager, you and I don't think I don't think you noticed, but I'm gonna explain it in a minute. But
okay.
But if you look at what we're doing now, is we're actually putting a marker on where we need to improve. And everybody agrees this game is a lot on the line. This is our season. This is our fan base. This is home field advantage. This is the Bears recognizing that we are a power team and not their powerhouse. Yes, we are number 1. We're tied for number 1 in scoring. We're number 1 in rushing. We're number 18 overall. No, excuse me. We're number 5 in total offense. So this is important. Now, even though he scored four touchdowns in the game, this is very important. He can throw, he can bootleg like the best of them, but he's not Jaden Daniels. But this is very important. But we'll come back to that. Lou, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Remember when I told you that the Yankees and Dodgers were going to meet? Was I right?
Yes, you were, and I expected that as well.
Okay.
I do.
And then who won last night?
The Dodgers.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I told you they were going to win. I told you. Now, game 2.
I went with them anyway for game 1, so my prediction was correct as well.
I
thought maybe the Yankees would be a little bit rusty, coming off, 5 days of rest and whatnot. So I figured it's going to take a while to get their group back. So I'm not surprised that the Dodgers won. I was surprised though how it ended.
Well, that's what I was talking about, because you went and put the reliever, the second rotation reliever into the game, hoping he can give you that strikeout. And I literally said, this is a bad decision because you're not supposed to do that. And sure enough, inside corner home run. The man knew what he was going to do. So my question to you now, who's winning game 2?
As I said, I thought the Yankees were going to have a little bit of a tough time game on, but I think they're going to bounce back in game 2.
So you think the Yankees are going to win?
Yes.
Okay.
But seven all over it. This is not going to be a cakewalk for anybody.
I'm not. Well, I'm not saying it's going to be a cakewalk. Of course not. These are two juggernauts going back and forth. You still got Aaron Judd and Stanton and Soto. And then on the other side, you forget that you got Ohtani, who's not just a one hitter. He's a switch hitter and a pitcher. So you're still forgetting about not only him. You got Jack Flaherty, who was pitching yesterday, who was an Oriole. He won. Then you got the other hitters in the lineup who are juggernauts too. So you're not just you're seeing sluggers now, back and forth.
Yes.
So my thing is that who has the better hitting, Yankees or Dodgers?
I think it's pretty even, to be honest with you, but I think I would have to give it to the Yankees, dude.
Really?
Overall.
What gives you that type of idea that the Yankees have the slight edge over the Dodgers?
Not only Judge. If they can get their idea, they're going to be a deadly combination right there.
Okay, so
I think
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
one game. I mean, everybody's thinking, okay, one game, and that's how it is. Look, one game does not make a series. Let's get that straight right now, folks. You can't give up on a team that's going to go off the first game.
Okay, I'm not.
I've seen it before. When the Yankees lost the first two games, they came back to win. So, although this was a bit of a damper, I'm not throwing the towel with them. I think they're going to come along, and once they get their groove, they're going to be a scoring, a hitting machine.
Okay. So here's my thoughts on this. You're giving the edge to Aaron Judge because he has the home runs.
And so,
Okay, and Soto. Okay. My thing is you have to understand that I wouldn't give the edge to Yankees on hitting. I would give the edge to the Yankees on pitching. The hitters would definitely go to the Dodgers because they have Ohtani. Ohtani can play the left and the right, and he can pitch. And you have the guy who just hit the home run yesterday. Also, you have the other guy who actually can hit a base hit, and Mookie Betts. I give the edge of hitting to the Dodger because remember, who had the Golden Glove when he was with the Red Sox? Mookie Betts.
you bet.
So you got to give the edge to them. But I mean, that's just me. But if you look at the Yankees, of course, I'm not going to diminish what Aaron Judge had did over the year. I mean, during this year, he's been sufficient for the Yankees. But who's been hot all year around? It wasn't the Yankees. It was the Dodgers. The Dodgers right off the bat literally lit up every NL team, But we have another caller. He is the Philadelphia fan of Philadelphia. Alex Weiser is here. What's up, Alex?
How's it going, bro? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, bro. No problem, man. Alex, I want you to get your input as well, man, and it's very valuable here. Did you see the World Series?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, who did you root for in Game 1?
I'm just looking for a good game. I'm a big Mets fan, but I thought the Yankees had a shot, man. They had them. They were in the driver's seat. LA's always dangerous all 9 innings because it
was a great game, and it came down to the extra innings, And then when they gave the extra innings, I knew right then and there the advantage would go to the Dodgers because in extra innings they have the power. I was just telling Lou, the power hitting, it would go to Ohtani and it would go to Mookie Betts because those are the two lineups that they had to go through, just like Soto and Aaron Judge and the other guy. What's the other guy name? Juan Soto. Stanton. Yeah. So I knew that if they had Jack Flaherty throughout, those two pitches, they would have been good. And sure enough, he struck all three of them out. So I knew right then and there the Dodgers were in the driver's seat. Now, Game 2, just like I asked Lou. Lou said that the Yankees are going to win Game 2. What are your thoughts on Game 2?
Yeah, I think I like them to win this game. It really, I was on Lou's podcast earlier. I mean, it almost is. I know it's so early, but it can get late. Or it can get late pretty early when you're playing the Dodgers. They got to split.
So
you don't want to get in an 0-2 hole
right.
Because then you virtually got to win 4 out of 5 against LA. If
That's
that happens,
right.
That's a big hole.
That's
bigger
right.
than normal 0-2 holes. That's a real big 0-2 hole. So it's like you got to stave off that 0-2 hole, and you got to even it up. They had it in the bag, man. Boone bringing in Cortez, the kiss of death.
Right.
He's never pitched out of a bullpen, and he hasn't pitched in months. And you put him in on that spot. I mean, come on, man. Bad management.
Exactly. That was my point. That was my point.
That's really, really bad. I mean, and they have a host of good arms. They have a wealth of good arms in the pen. They have Luke Weaver. They have Mark Leiter Jr. And you're going to a guy who's never pitched out of the pen. He's like 30 something years old. He's never pitched out of the pen his whole life in the World Series, and he hasn't been healthy in a while. How are you putting that guy in that spot? It's such poor management. That really cost them there. It cost them one. That's a big first game. I mean, now they got to split. I think they will tonight.
Let me ask Lou something. What are your thoughts on Carlos Rodon?
Well, he's going to pitch tonight, so I think it's a better choice, which is why I think another reason why they're going to win game 2. I mean, Rodon is a good top pitcher, so I think I would have to give the advantage to the Yankees on this one.
Okay, and what is his record?
Let me check that record right now.
Okay, while he's doing that, Alex, what's your thoughts on Yamamoto?
I was going to say Rodon's an inconsistent, but he's very talented. So Rodon, depending on if he shows up pitches well, Yankees got a shot. Moto, uber talented. I mean, much hyped, incredibly hyped up coming overseas. Remember with Ohtani and everything, the second splash was Yamamoto in LA. I mean, I haven't seen it enough. I haven't seen him pitch. He's been injured a couple times, but he has electric stuff. So it's tough to say, man. It's also first World Series start. So these lineups, man, the over went 9 runs last game. It took them a while to score. I was 3 or 4 in like the 6th and 7th last night. It was low scoring. So, which is surprising. You have 2 all-star lineups almost. I was expecting, just 14 runs, like 8-6, 8-7. But yeah, I think Yamamoto will be pretty good. If the Yankees show up, though, good hitting should hit it. But
yeah, well, I wanted to
it can go either way. Good pitching beats good hitting. That's what they used to say. So I'm torn, man. I'm torn. The Yankees got to start strong and go to the pen and not make the wrong mistake, and they can win the game tonight.
Okay. Well,
I only have the postseason records. Rodon is 1-1, and Yamamoto is 1-0. But Rodon has a lower ERA. Rodon is 4.40, and Yamamoto is a little bit up there. It's a 5.1. So that's a little.
Well. Here's a good thing. That's going for the Yankees. The Yankees have during the regular season, Carlos Rodon had a 16-win to 9 loss, and his ERA was 3.96, which is a good standard and good for his pitching resume, right? But in the postseason, he's 1-1, which his ERA is 4.4. So right now, that would be a standard thing for him because his ERA had went up a bit. About 4/10 of a point. But if you look at this, Yamamoto, right? You say he's 5-1 as ERA?
5.11.
Okay, so let's check and look at his postseason record, right? And in turn, that was okay. Yeah, so that means
his postseason and his postseason record is 1-0.
Okay, so he's undefeated.
Yeah,
oh,
but the
wow.
ERA is higher. So,
that means he gives up a few base, and that means he walks a lot of batters, and he also has a lot of base hits. But that means he regains his composure in late, based off the stat that I'm looking at right now. It literally says that his ERA in the regular season was 7-2. Which means he had a 3 even ERA, which means that he had a balance of striking out and base hits. So he is more balanced on the mound than anything. So this is going to be a good matchup. Yep. I think it will come down to it would definitely come down to base hits, not home runs. So in the Anfield game is based on defense and strategy. So this chess mate is going to be on the field. Now, Aaron Judge is probably going to have a home run. He's probably going to have a base hit. He's probably going to have strikeouts. I think it's going to be even. It's going to be an even match. It's going to come down to one run anyway. I think it's going to be a 5-4 game. Yeah.
I agree.
5-4.
It's definitely going to be a 5-4. Okay. Yeah, because if you look at, I mean, the more ERA is on Yamamoto, but if you look at it pitching wise, Momoto has the more balance to it. The ERA of 4.40, which means that he gives up at least, I mean, I'm talking about Rodon gives up at least 2 runs within the same, not the same inning, but this, one per inning, So he's not really consistent when he throws down the middle of the plate. So that's where I can get the numbers from. In the innings pitch, check this out. Here's what it gives you away. The innings pitch, Yamamoto has 12 innings pitch versus Rodon. Let me do this real quick.
Rodon's got the flap advantage, and he's got the durability advantage.
Right. But he still has the capability of giving away a run or two.
Of course, yeah. They're both susceptible to the long ball.
Right,
so
exactly.
I think if Rodon pitches well, he's done it more often than Yamamoto due to injuries, but still, he's got to give him some credit. So I give it a push. Like, it's a stalemate, the 2 pitchers tonight.
But see, no. But this is where I agree with you and I agree with Lou. Here's the thing that the numbers tell you: 14.1 innings pitch, which means that the manager allows Rodon to stay in the game and finish out the game to get the win.
Yeah.
And Yamamoto, he's been pulled out at 12 innings pitched because he's going to get it either gets away from him or the coach pulls him out to get a better pitcher in so that way they can get the win. So
coming out of injury.
Exactly. So now
it's equal.
Yes. So now you're starting to see that more of Rodon's mistakes is being in the game too long. And then giving up a casual 1 or 2 to have the game, blown out of proportion. So it's a chess game for the mindset. So now this is where it's going to be fun. And I can't wait to see it. I normally watch it in the 5th inning, because the 1st and 2nd inning is going to be like a slugfest. But when you see it in the 5th inning, you get to see everybody settle down and get into their strategy. It's the beautiful thing. That's what I did with the Dodgers yesterday, and it worked perfectly. Going back to the Commanders, I got a question for everybody. All right, so the Bears comes in. You know what? Better yet, let's go back to the Wizards, because when we get to the Commanders, we lose all sense of direction, especially me. All right, so the Wizards had a home opening on Thursday, lost to the Celtics, the champions, 122-102. Another 20-point win for the Celtics. Now they today at 7, they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers at home at 7. The stat that they gave me away was, Jordan Poole and Bub Carrington are starting to settle down in their little roles. The only problem I have is Alexander Sarr had 2 points, 5 rebounds. I think he needs more playing time, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get some today. I think they have a chance to win against the Cavaliers if they play to their defense and their strengths. But a lot of people are saying it's going to be another blowout for the Commanders. My question to the panel is, based off the information I gave you, do you think the Cavaliers are going to mop the floor with the Wizards based off the stats. Let me give you the stats before you answer that question. I wanted you to get the stats, and then we'll move on to the Capitals. I believe the stats would tell you a little bit more about where we're heading into the season. I know it's a young team. What kind of stats you're talking about, Rousseau? Don't worry about the stats. Just hear me out. You know, hear me out a little bit. Okay. Where is the stats at? Oh yeah, there you go. Schedule and scores. All right. So I'm gonna when I get the stats, we're gonna start with Big Steve and end with Alex. But just give me a moment to pull up the stat. There we go. So, here we go. Let's get with the game. Where it go? It just jumped. Why it jumped? Oh, come on! I just had it. Oh, I should have went to pass. There we go. Let's see what we do now. Good. All right. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. I hate this. All right. Anyway. Okay, there we go. Game recap. Just give me 5 minutes, folks. I can pull up this real quick.
Right.
You know what? Let's go ahead. Big Steve, go ahead, and we're going to end with Alex. What are your thoughts on the Wizards?
The Wizards concerned, they got rebounded badly.
Yeah.
Against Boston. The second quarter, they just got blew up. I mean, they only lost by 1 point the first quarter, but the second quarter they got blown out, and Boston played their defense.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the Wizards had to play catch-up ball. So I'm saying, to me, we need scoring, then we need rebounding. That's our problem for the last couple of years, rebounding. So that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I agree with that.
That's a good assessment. I'm not going to argue with that. That's a real good assessment there, right there. Let's go ahead, Coach. What you think? What you think of the Wizards? And do you think the Wizards are going to get blown out tonight, like they did against the Celtics? And I'm pulling up the stats so that I can give you some sort of numbers to to help you assess. Go ahead.
Well, it depends, on your main players, who's hitting. If they got to feed them.
Right.
They got to rebound. That's one thing that aggravates me.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
When you're watching them, hey, you got to get that rebound. You got to get the ball. Get the ball. I'm always doing it. Anyway, it's like it all depends on whether they're set up. I mean, you got to set up in basketball just like you do in football. My gosh.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got to be. Sorry. And I've watched several teams, and I believe the Wizards can get to the point and keep it going. But if they fall back, like what Steve says, they got to play catch up. That's where it's going to hurt.
Well, here's the numbers, so that way we can give you I can give you a better understanding of where I see improvement. The one thing I can't really stand is Bilal, and he has 8 points. Kyle Kuzma had 12. He should at least had 20. But Alexander Sarr had 2 points, but he had 5 rebounds, 1 assist, no block shots, 2 block shots, right? Which is still good. Then you have Jordan Poole had 26 points, right? So he was more into it. Bob Carrington, he had 3 points, but he did a little things. He did the rebounds. He had assist. He's getting in there. And Jonas Valanciunas, excuse me, he had 18 points. There's the bright spot, right? That's the center who actually gave a little more than what what he should have, which is it's still a little early, but once they start slowing it down, it becomes more. Now, Corey Kisbert had just received a big max deal. It wasn't a max deal, but it was a extension, and he only had 6 points, but he had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 turnover. Keyshawn George had 4 points, but he didn't find his footing. Jerry Butler had 6 points, and Marvin Bigley had 8 points. Johnny Davis had no points because he was sitting on the bench. And Patrick Baldwin Jr. has 7 points. Now, don't get me wrong. This was pretty good against the defending champions, right? So I think there's some progress coming in. I just don't like how Bilal was only 8 points, right? This is where I'm not happy about the type of, we still have him. We don't need him. We have a really good lineup. And I guarantee you, if this team starts shooting lights out like they were at the end of the year last year, I guarantee you we will see a whole better team.
You're going to be back up there.
All right. Eric, what's your thoughts, bro?
I don't have anything really intelligent to say. I just, I haven't focused on the Wizards, the NBA at all. My hope is that they somehow find 500 this year.
Okay.
Cavaliers, as you said, are not the Celtics, Celtics being the champion. So I just hope they just do better.
You and me both, man. Lou, how you feel, bro?
Well, can you repeat the question?
My question is, based on the stats that I just read, does it give you a clear indication that the Cavaliers are going to blow out the Wizards like the Boston Celtics?
So yeah, because the Wizards kind of look weak. I think Cleveland has much more strong offense. So yeah, I think tonight one of the things is I think the Wizards are going to get pummeled.
Okay, all right. And Alex, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I thought Bump Carrington, he's going to take a little time. He came over with the Denny if he just traded to Portland. I like him long term. It's at least a year away, man. Calabali has to play a lot better. Bilal, they invested a lot. Top 8 pick in him? Like, he's got to get going.
Exactly.
Star is very raw, the number 1 pick this year. Really, it's going to take time.
And
they're a couple years out, honestly, man. Cleveland's ready to play, maybe 4th or 5th seed in the East. So I think Cleveland has a decided advantage.
And that's what I was talking about. Cool balling. And I don't know why we still have him, because he's not really producing 8 points. You're supposed to at least have 15 or 17. 10 steals or what. The man is not doing anything defensively. Yeah, you got 1 block shot. Okay, surprise. Come on, man, stop it. All right, let's go ahead and move to the Washington Capitals. Man, the Washington Capitals are on fire. I don't know what's gotten with this team, but this team is on fire. And tonight, they also have a game, and they playing against their arch nemesis, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Folks, I don't even know what to say, and I think this team is 100%, starting to get in the groove. And I think OV looks like he just wants one more shot at the Stanley Cup. I think the coach understands now what he must do, because last year they had one awful record. But now people, this looks like a really good hockey team. Let's go.
You're coming together.
Yeah, very slowly, but they starting to realize they might have something here. So let's go with Alex and end with Big Steve. My question to the panel is, based off what the Capitals are doing right now, do you think Ovechkin has a chance to get his good second Stanley Cup ring? Is it possible?
It's possible.
Okay. All right. Well, let me hear Alex, because then we can go ahead and move forward, because that's one possibility.
You're asking if Ovechkin can win another one in
Yeah.
Washington?
Yeah, right now, based on what the Capitals are doing right now, can the Capitals recapture that second can't get the words out, the second Stanley Cup ring and finally put Ovi in the record books forever? I mean, he's already there, but
It's tough. There's a lot of good teams out there, man. It's still early in the season. Yeah, and Ovechkin's up there. He's obviously first ballot Hall of Fame, one of the best ever. But pick the team, man. I pick the team. I got to see more out of them so far, so I'm not ready to do that yet. But it's early. Anything's possible. We'll see.
I love that answer. Love that answer.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right. All right. Well, we got two possibilities. Let's hear Eric's.
Well, anything's possible, but I doubt it. As far as the Stanley Cup.
Okay.
I bleed burgundy and pit gold, so I'm kind of focused right now. But the headlines for it have been very promising, and they dragged me in and got a lot of nice young talent, and that's great, and let's see how far they go. But at some point, they're going to run into a club with some experience, and that's what gets you through the playoffs into the cup. You have all these fresh young talent in the world, but you got to know what you're doing. I'm just like every other half-ass Caps fan. Look, let's get through the season. Let's get Ovi his goals record, and we can really get super serious about moving on to the next phase of Capitals history. But I like what they've done with the roster. I like that they're winning. I like their attitude. And I like their fire.
Well, here before we move it on, here is the record of the Capitals. And listen to the points, folks. We got at the bottom of the list, the Flyers, 5 points. There are 2 and 5. Blue Jackets, 3 and 3, 6 points. Penguins, 3 and 5, 7 points. Islanders, 3 and 2, 8 points. Hurricanes, 4 and 2, 8 points. Capitals, 5, 1, 0, 10 points, winning 5 games in a row. Lost 1. And Rangers, 5, 1, 11 points, right? Lost 1 game. Devils, 5 and 4, 12 points, lost 4 games in a row. So, based off the division of the Metropolitan Division, it is possible. But not just me. Let me go to Big Steve.
Okay. Now the Capitals, they did a flash in the free agent season, though. But here's the key. They beat a so-so Philly team twice, so Philly didn't really show nothing to me. When they find out what Tampa made tonight, if they able to beat them, they're not going to say for real because, this is only 40 goals for catching Wayne Gretzky. And I think they got enough talent, but not to do it this year, for him to break it next year. And once he breaks it, he's going to retire. But, they're coach. It's mixing it up. That third set of players and stuff, front line, as they say, is doing much better than the past Capitals when you had to really depend on a veteran in the front line than the second and third. So I said they can do it. I see them going to the playoffs.
Here's another fun fact, folks. Carolina in the Atlantic Division, the Panthers are 5 and 3, 11 points, and won 1 game. The Sabres, Buffalo Sabres, are 4 and 4, 9 points, and won 3 games. Lightning, 4 and 3, 8 points, lost 1 game. Senators, 4 and 3, 8 points, lost 1 game. Maple Leafs, 4 and 4, 8 points, lost 2 games. Red Wings, 4 and 4, 8 points, lost 1 game. Boston, Bruins 3-4, 7 points, lost 3 games, and the Canadians 2-4, 5 points, lost 4 games. So, what does this mean? This means that right out the gate, the Capitals see it opening, and they're taking it, and they loving it. 5 games straight, lost 1. If Big Steve is correct, if they win the game tonight against the Lightning, 6-1, top of the division, and they're dangerous because nobody knows what this team is about. Ovechkin is the leader. He is looking at this and going, just wait until we get in the middle of the ice season or the winter, the what's that thing called? The Winter Classic.
Yeah.
And we actually
in January.
Yeah, and then we're looking at this saying that we're just in it to win it and we're good. We got a 7-3 record and we're leading the division. Just imagine that. And then we're saying, what, Stanley Cup by then? No.
Yeah.
Not just yet. Not until we reach at least 12 wins.
When they won the Stanley Cup, I was excited.
Yeah, I was happy. I wanted to go out there and celebrate too, But you know what? This is why we gotta make it. Okay, our job is if they go to the Stanley Cup this year or next year, when it's next year, then everybody's gotta wear a Caps jersey and drink Budweiser. Okay, maybe not Budweiser. I mean, just choose a beverage of your own choice. Just choose a beverage of your own choice and just celebrate. Throw confetti in the air and cheer with this team.
Though. You're right, bro. It's fun though. They're up to 7-3, so hey, maybe they go all in suddenly and add a couple veterans or a couple guys and go and make a final push. So,
there you go. See, Alex is thinking.
Favorites, but hey, there's nothing wrong with the hot start. So now they're playing with house money. Maybe they can make a run this year. One last run with Ovi.
Oh man, see, this is why we gotta have Alex back. We gotta have Alex back because he just really did something awesome. But we got 3 minutes to go. We're gonna go to 7. Okay, so the little game we play is the 73 ratio. This would determine whether we win by 7 or lose by 3. And we have the confidence to go in or just don't have the confidence and just win by 3. So we're gonna start with Alex. With this game, Commanders versus Bear, and end with Big Steve, and then we're going to call it night. Alex, Commanders game Sunday. Who wins? Commanders by 7 or Bears by 3?
I'll be quick. I mentioned it in Lou's show before, man. Number one pick Williams versus number 2 Daniels. I like Jaden Daniels more. Go, give me the Commanders.
All right. And your score, real quick.
You said by 7 or 3.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tight one because Caleb's going to show out too. So I got a bit of a cold here.
No, it's okay, bro.
I'm going to go 3 points.
All right, bet. All right, Lou.
Should be a runaway. This game should be This game should be really easy. I don't see this being close at all. I'm going the full 7 with the Commanders.
The Bears winning by 7.
Commanders.
Oh, Commanders! Wow, yo, you shocking the crap out of me.
The Bears at all.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Hey, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and move fast because I don't want you to change your answer. All right, Eric.
Let's see. Commander's going to win off a interception.
Like that one. I like that one.
A pick six. We don't know who the quarterback is, which is really, really aggravating. Trying to pick an actual score, but if Jayden's in, he'll be Jayden. We'll be fine. If Mariota comes in, I don't think they're ready for Mariota. Nobody's seen Mariota in how many years? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he'll be out there having fun. You know he's playing with house money, and he's got the support of his team.
Yes.
And a badass coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, so I see the Commanders winning this one.
Awesome.
But just to make it fun, yeah. Their rookie will get rattled and throw a pass that he shouldn't. And there goes Lulu down the sideline. Thank you very much.
All right, Coach.
I like that.
Coach.
Hey, I got the Commanders 3 points.
Gotcha. Nice. All right, Big Steve.
30-17 Commanders.
Oh snap! He's going all out. He's putting all his chips in. I got the Commanders winning by a touchdown, and it's going to be a Brian Robertson day to remember. He's going to run for over 100 yards, and I got Eckler helping him out. So I got Commanders winning 24-20. All right. Thanks everybody. You're hearing me first, everything second. You're conquerors by definition. So go conquer your dreams. Thank you for coming in and helping me out as always. And come back, and we're going to talk about the game tomorrow and moving forward and all the sports related news around the world. And have a great weekend. God bless. Thank y'all. All right.
God bless.
All right. God bless y'all too.
Take care.
I must be sick. No Camel soup.
She already drunk it. She already drunk it.
I know. Like I said, I'm getting sick. I might need it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for coming in and entertain and listen to entertainment. Make sure you come back and enjoy the sports on Monday about the Commanders and the next game and the Wizards and the World Series, of course. The ball. The Yankees and the Dodgers, and also come back and sit down and call in 512-543-4662. Make sure you state your name in the record and who you represent, and talk, so that way you can have a great feedback and have fun with the cast as well. So God bless. You're human first, everything second, and you're conquerors by definition. So go conquer your dreams. I'm out. Peace.